Welcome to Calcutta Races Winter Meeting, 6th day, Tuesday, 28th January 2020 race preview. First race is the Daring Dawn Handicap, race number 103 for horses in class 5 to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. Number 1 will be Panchavilla, Win Legend of Sunshine Nell. Well, last outing being over 1400 meters this season in race number 81, where Panchamilla travelled third till it turned for home and then gradually faded away and finished on 6th, and the winner of that race was Louboutin. Number 2, we're looking at Pep Talk. Chevalier out of Tanzanite. 2 starts this season. Finish off the boat in its first start. Second start was quite an eye-catching run in race number 58 over a mile, where Pep Talk was ridden by apprentice P. Vikram. Travelled 6 till it turned for home, gained places and managed to get on board to finish on third. Now being ridden by C.S. Jodha, as Pep Talk need to watch out for. Number 3 will be Princess Mela. Princess Mela's last outing was over 1200 meters in race number 90 this season, where Princess Mela travelled 4th till it turned for home and remained in that spot all the way. And also in the same race we had number 11, that is Bay Crush, who finished on 9th, and the winner of that race was Night of Thunder, who travelled very wide of the track and went on to win that race by a length and a quarter. Number 4 will be Yuvan. Yuvan's last outing was over 2,400 meters in race number 73, where Yuvan travelled 2nd till it turned for home, gradually dropped back and finished on 7th after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 5, Porus, who was pretty unlucky, managed to finish on 2nd, a length and a 3/4 behind the winner. Also in the same race, we had number 9, Caledonia, who finished on 8th, and number 12, Winner's Delight, who finished on 3rd, but the eventual winner of that race was Prince of Heart. Number 6, we're looking at Top Cat. Top Cat's had 3 starts this season, finished 3rd in its first start over a mile. Next 2 starts has finished off the board. Last outing being over 1400 meters in race number 102, where Top Cat finished on 9th out of 9 runners, and the winner of that race was Smitha. Also in the same race, we had number 7, Glendower, who finished on 3rd. Number 8, we're looking at Stormfront. Stormfront's already had 5 starts to the season, finished off the board in all 5 starts. Last outing being over 1400 meters in race number 83, where Stormfront finished on 7th after much efforts, and the winner of that race was Coconut. Number 10, we're looking at Romantic Zeal. Romantic Zeal's had 2 starts to the season, finished on 6th in its last start over 2,000 meters in race number 57, where Romantic Zeal travelled 3rd till it turned for home, but then faded away and finished on 6th. Winner of that race was Prince of Heart. We move on to the second race, which is the Year of Our Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. Number 1 will be Simply Soaring, as support out of Sabre Dance. 2 starts to the season, and what a start Simply Soaring's had, has come out and won both its starts in race number 29 over 1400 meters, and last start being in race number 66 over the same distance, where Simply Soaring came out and won by beating Inca by half a length. Also in the same race, we had number 5, Wind Chaser, who finished on 5th. Number 2 will be Prince of Heart. Prince of Heart's last outing was in race number 73 over 2,400 meters this season, where Prince of Heart travelled 4th till it turned firm, gradually improved positions and down in the centre of the track, and came and took over the running and went on to win it by a length and a 3/4 by beating Porus. Number 3 will be Rustler, starting out of pretty and fast. Has had already 5 starts this season, last outing being over 2,400 meters in race number 95, where Rustler finished on 5th out of 8 runners. Winner of that race was Hudson. Number 4 will be Star of Hollywood. Star of Hollywood's last outing was over the metric mile, that is 1600 meters, in race number 75 this season, where Star of Hollywood travelled fourth till it turned for home and dropped back one place and finished quite a far away fifth, and the winner of that race is Abhyagama. Number 6 will be Botswana Star, Lord Admiral out of Kellen Rinka. There's that 3 starts this season, finished off the board in its first 2 starts. Last outing in race number 65 over 1400 meters. Botswana Star travelled second till it turned for home, then came and took over the running, but got beat by its stable mate who came up with a rattle on the outside and went on to win that race. Was Glendava, and Botswana Star settled for third. We move on to the third race, which is the Centre Key Handicap, to be run over a distance of 2,000 meters. Number 1 will be 7 Step. 7 Steps had 1 start this season in race number 63 over 2,400 meters, where 7 Step travelled 5th till it turned for home and then dropped back and finished on 7th. Winner of that race was Kaiden, who came and won that race by a long neck. Number 2 will be Apna Time Aiga. Apna Time Aiga has already had 5 starts this season, finished off the board in 2 starts and finished third in 3 starts. Last outing being over 1600 meters in race number 96, where Apna Time Aiga finished on third, and the winner of that race was Abhyagama. Number 3 will be Monte Cassino. Monte Cassino's had 4 starts this season, came out and won its first start, then finished on third in its next start. Following start was second in race number 44. Last start was over 2,400 meters, and Monte Cassino finished on 7th out of 7 runners. Practically no show there by Monte Cassino. Also in the same race, we had number 5, Raksharki, who did come out and win that race impressively by 6 3/4 lengths. And also in the same race, we had number 6, Beatrix, who finished on 4th. Number 7 will be Avellino. Avellino's had 4 starts this season. Has surely been knocking on the doors. Avellino, top class out of Riverdown Empress, finished on second in its first 2 starts and came out and finished third in its third start and last start over 2,000 meters in race number 59. After a ding-dong battle, got beat by 3/4 of a length to Beatrix. And today, running over 2,000 meters again is Avellino. Need to watch out for. Number 8 will be Darsh, win legend out of Ice Point. It's had 4 starts this season, finished third in its 2 starts and finished 5th in 2 starts. Last outing being in race number 95 over 2,400 meters, with Darsh finished on third. And a decent run there by Darsh. The winner of that race is Hudson. Number 9 will be Inca, a support out of Systematic. 2 starts this season, finished on second over 1400 meters in its first start in race number 66. Then went on to run the Calcutta Derby over 2400 meters in race number 86, where Inca did play the pacemaker's role and finished on 6th. And the winner of that race was Trafalgar. We move on to the 4th race, which is the RWITC Cup for horses in Class 1, to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. Number 1 will be Lincoln. Lincoln's last outing was in the Calcutta Champion Sprint over 1200 meters in race number 94 this season, where Lincoln finished on 8th out of 8 runners. There were practically no show there by Lincoln. Also in the same race, we had number 8, that is Brahmachari, who finished 1 ahead to finish on 7th. The winner was Multitude. Number 2 will be Big Orange, dancing forever out of Circus Star. 1 start this season in race number 19 over 1400 meters, where Big Orange travelled 4th till it turned for home, gained 1 place after much efforts and a couple of reminders in the final stages, managed to get on board and finished on 3rd out of 5, and the winner was Multitude. Number 3, we're looking at Capricious. Capricious has had 4 starts this season, finished off the board in 2 starts, came out and won its second start over 1200 meters, then went up to a mile in race number 34, where it finished on third. The last outing was over the same distance in race number 87, where Capricious finished on fifth. Also in the same race, we had number 6, New Moon, who's now running in the new ownership of Mr. Kunal Gupta, came out and won that race by a head by beating Kaiden. Also in the same race, we had number 10, that is Gold Frontier, who finished on third. Number 4 will be Eastern Star. Eastern Star's at 3 starts this season, finished off the board in all 3 starts. Last outing was not impressive at all in race number 61 over 1400 meters, where Eastern Star finished on 7th out of 8 runners. Now being ridden by Pete Trevor. The winner of that race, where Eastern Star finished on 7th, was Multitude. Number 5 will be Southpaw. Southpaw's had 2 starts this season, finished off the board in all 2 starts. Last outing was over 1200 meters in race number 78, where Southpaw did travel third till it turned firm, dropped back 2 places, finished on 5th out of 7. Winner was Perpetual Winning, who got that on objection. Number 7 will be Rick Ware. Rick Ware's last outing was in race number 82 over 1200 meters, where Rick Ware did travel 5th till it turned firm, gradually gained places down in the centre, but fell short by a length of the 3/4 to the winner, that is Surf Romance, and Rick Ware settled for 2nd spot. Also in the same race, we had number 11, Surf Romance, who was the eventual winner in that race. Number 9, we're looking at Wave Rider. Top class out of Mizana. 1 start this season, a decent start that was in race number 92 over 1600 meters, where Wave Rider did lead the way till about the distance post, and then eventually got overtaken on the inside by Exception, who went on to win it by 2 1/4 lengths, and Wave Rider settled for 2nd spot, now being ridden by jockey Suraj Naredu, is Wave Rider. Number 12 will be Arjuna, pleasantly perfect at a disarming, as that 3 starts in the monsoon meeting, finished 2nd in its first start, then came out and won its next 2 starts over the metric mile. Last outing was over in race number 69, where Arjuna made it a pillar to post victory and won it comfortably by a length and 3/4, running after a long layoff, but you never know, form might just stay on, and Arjuna might just perform a good, have a good performance on that day. We move on to the 5th race, which is the David Jacob Cup 4. So 3 years old only, to be run over the distance of 1100 meters. Number 1, we're looking at Dornish. Abasada, Let There Be Light. 1 start this season in race number 84 over 1100 meters, and what a decent start that was by Dornish. Did travel 4th till it turned for home, and then gradually came and took over the running and went on to win that race by 2 3/4 lengths by beating Gold Ray. Now being ridden by champion jockey Suraj Naredu, is Dornish, can repeat it again. Also in the same race, we had number 2 Beowulf, who finished on 4th, and number 7 Nandini Spet, who finished 1 behind to finish on 5th. Number 5 will be Amazing Mantra. Amazing Mantra has had 2 starts this season, finished 4th in its first start, then came out and finished on 6th in its next start out of 9 runners in race number 60 over 1400 meters, where the winner of that race is Namiki. We move on to the 6th race, which is the Year Of Our Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. Number 2 will be Shimmering Star. Shimmering Star's had 4 starts in the monsoon meeting, came out and won its first 3 starts. Last start was over 1100 meters in race number 96, where Shimmering Star did lead till about 150 meters away from home, but eventually faded away and was overtaken on the outside by a few runners, and Shimmering Star settled for 5th spot. Also, the winner of that race was the Straddle. Number 3, we're looking at Namakalal. Namakalal's had 5 starts this season, finished third in its first start, then came out and finished sixth, then came out and finished third, and following after that, came out and won its next 2 starts over 1200 meters, and the last one over 1100 meters in race number 88, where Namakalal made it a pillar to post victory, just the one like the one in race number 72. So 2 in a row for Namakalal. Also in the same race, we had number 4, Lumas, who finished on 11th, and number 9, that is Kapinoktam, who finished on 4th, and Denaria, number 10, who finished on right at the tail end to finish on 12th. Number 5 will be Reincarnation. Reincarnation's had 5 starts this season, finished second in its first start, then came out and finished off the board in its next 4 starts, last outing being over 1400 meters in race number 91, where Reincarnation finished 8th out of 10 runners. Winner was Communique. Number 6 will be Ruby Cube, Summit out of Sudoku. Came out and won its first start this season in race number 16, then finished on second in its next start over 1100 meters. And last start was over 1200 meters in race number 76, where Ruby Cube, after much efforts, finished on 4th out of 7 runners. Winner was Luminac. Number 7 will be Glorious Leaps. Glorious Leaps' last outing was this season in race number 74 over 1600 meters, where Glorious Leaps finished on 4th after much efforts. Out of 5 runners, winner was Dancing Lord. Number 8, we're looking at Sullivan. Sullivan's had 1 start this season in race number 64 over 1100 meters, where Sullivan did travel third till it turned for home, and then gradually came and took over the running for a wee bit, but eventually got beat by a long neck to Valoristo, now being ridden by Pete Trevor and being trained by C. Alford. Now is Sullivan. Number 11 will be Stellanova. Chevalier out of Star Pride, last outing being in race number 79, the season of 1100 meters, where Stellanova travelled 10th till it turned for home, and then gradually gained places on the inside and fell short by a nose to Utaka. Stellanova settled for second spot. Watch out for Stellanova. We move on to the 7th and last race, which is the Turf Fork Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. Number 1 will be Iconia. Iconia's had 4 starts this season, finished third in its first 2 starts, then came out and finished 5th in its next 2 starts, last one being in race number 88, where Iconia finished 5th out of 12 runners. Winner was Namakalal. Number 2 will be Stelvio Pass. Stelvio Pass's last outing was over 1100 meters in race number 79, where Stelvio Pass finished on 10th out of 13 runners. Also in the same race, we had number 7 Utaka, who was the eventual winner in that race by a nose, by beating Stellanova. Also in the same race, we had number 8 Leopard Creek, who finished towards the tail end of the field, finished on 12th out of 13 runners. Number 3 will be Sharavati. Sharavati's last outing was over 1600 meters in race number 75, where Sharavati finished on 6th out of 9 runners. Winner was Abhyagama. Number 4 will be Abelson. Abelson's had 1 start this season in race number 7 over 1200 meters, where Abelson finished on 13th out of 14 runners. Practically no show there by Abelson. Winner of that race was Vieraggio. Number 5 will be Advait. Advait's had 2 starts this season, finished off the board in its first start in race number 65, where Advait had a decent lung opener, finished on 8th out of 14 runners. Next start came out and ran 3rd in race number 90 over 1200 meters, which you're looking at now. The winner of that race was Night of Thunder, now being ridden by Suraj Nared, who was Advait. Also in the same race, we had number 6, Night of Thunder, who was the eventual winner of that race. Number 9, we're looking at Optimum. Optimum's last outing was over 1200 meters in race number 71, where Optimum finished on 10th out of 11 runners. Winner was Shivai, who went on to win that race by a length and a half, to take over the running down in the center, and won that race. Number 10, we're looking at Abenaki. Abenaki's had 3 starts this season, finished off the board in all 3 outings. Last one being over 2,000 meters in race number 59 this season, where Abenaki finished on 9th out of 9 runners, absolutely towards the tail end, almost detached towards Abenaki. Winner of that race was Beatrix. Number 11, we're looking at Fairstey. Fairstey's had 3 starts this season, finished off the board in all 3 starts. Last outing being over 1200 meters in race number 36, where Fairstey finished on 8th out of 11 runners. Winner of that race was the stablemate, Midnight Magic, who went on to win that race by a short head. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time, and hope to see you at the races, like always, tomorrow afternoon.